was really painful to... Hey guys, it's Gwen. What's up? Today's video is a little emotional for me and different. I put this video off for a really long time because it's something I didn't like to talk about. It's something I don't like to expose, but I feel like at this point I should raise awareness about this. For those of you that don't know, I have MSK, or better known as medullary sponge kidney, and what that means is that I have stones, kidney stones, that form in the ducts of my kidney instead of the other part of my kidney. So people with normal stones, they get it in just the regular part of the kidney. I make them in the ducts, which is the filter of your kidneys. So like your urine goes through your kidneys, gets filtered. My ducts are damaged. I was diagnosed at 16 years old with MSK. I was one of the youngest cases they've ever seen. I still am. I want to talk about a lot of things. When it comes to MSK, there's a lot of things to cover. First thing I'm gonna say is just to give you a little background on myself. My first kidney stone was when I was 15. I was still in Virginia at the time. I was 15. I passed a kidney stone, but it was in the regular part of the kidney stone, which is why they did not know yet that I had MSK. I then moved to Oregon and I had more stones. And January, the month of my 16th birthday, I was diagnosed with MSK and told I needed to have a surgery on both kidneys to remove all the stones. The surgery did not go as planned. After the surgery, I had stents placed. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a tube that they put in the ureters, which is what connects the kidney to the bladder. And those are very painful. After I took them out myself as instructed, I had an obstruction. My kidney started to fail and I was sent to the hospital and had to stay there for 5 days. After that, it took months and months of very severe pain for us to realize that there was nerve damage. And when I spoke with the specialist who had diagnosed me with MSK, he admitted that the surgery he performed on me was not meant for people with kidney stones in the ducts. The surgery I had involved lasering of my kidney to get to the stones. And the surgery I had is meant for people's stones that are in the regular part of the kidney. I continued having surgeries all through high school. I was an athlete. I love sports. That was who I was with sports, and that was taken away from me after this surgery because I never recovered. And I don't believe that this urologist is the only one performing this surgery on MSK patients. And I don't think that they're all forward about the effects or risk of MSK patients having this surgery that is meant for normal kidney stones, not one that are stuck in the ducts. Currently, on a daily basis, I have pain in my left kidney, which is the one that is most damaged. I have 8 out of 10 pain daily, constantly in my kidney, and 8 out of 10 on the pain scale. It's very emotional for me. I don't live a normal life whatsoever, and people claim, doctors claim, that MSK does not cause pain normally. But what they don't talk about is that having MSK is an automatic increase in risk for kidney stones in the ducts, risk for UTIs and kidney infections, risk for kidney failure, and it can be fatal. It can be fatal. It can also be genetic. It is very, very rare to have MSK, but more women are diagnosed with MSK than men. I only say that because I feel like that should be known to women, that they are higher risk for getting this. There are foods and other things like alcohol that affect people having kidney stones. Like, it's not just in junk food or soda. That is a misconception of kidney stones. It's not just from soda or junk food. It is from sodium, red meat, spinach, berries, vodka. You know, there are things that help in the diet, like calcium, water. It's not all about diet. There are 4 different types of stones that I'll list below, but I make 3 of the 4 types, and only one of them is for the food. Only one of them is about diet. The rest of them are not at all about diet. I want to tell you guys what's been going on for the last couple months, because I want to be really real about what this birth defect is. I want to talk about the way the birth defect really affects people. So, I was working at a fast food place a couple months ago, and one day my kidney was hurting, but not out of the ordinary hurting, and I had an 8-hour shift that I completed. Got home, I started throwing up and passed a kidney stone. I didn't even realize I was passing a kidney stone until I passed it, which is very lucky because I have abnormally small ureters, and it's hard for me to pass even small stones. That was really painful, and that was a better situation than most when it comes to passing the kidney stone. But right after that, I was diagnosed with a kidney infection and put on antibiotics. When the symptoms did not go down, I was put on a second dose of antibiotics. And just to let you guys know, when you take more than 1 dose of antibiotics, and when you take multiple kinds of antibiotics, you are at risk for yeast infections, UTIs, and you're at risk for antibiotics not working when it's a severe case later on. And doctors know this. My doctors also know that I have insane amounts of kidney infections all the time, and they put me on a 3rd dose of antibiotics. I was in the ER several times for the pain and symptoms. I was not able to work. I got so many CTs that they said I am at risk for developing cancer, other things from the radiation. But CTs really are the best way to see stones. They are the best way to see what's going on with your kidneys. Being at the ER all the time, it's not fun. And because of the opioid epidemic, some doctors are very, very judgmental no matter what you tell them. My thing on opioids such as oxy, morphine, etc., I only like to take it in the ER. I only like to be given it in the ER. I do not like prescriptions for opioids. It puts you at a bigger risk to be addicted to them. It's very easy to get addicted to them, and I know several people who have. So that was a lot about MSK. If you guys want a part 2 If you want me to do a bigger Q&A about it, let me know. But the last thing I really want to say is the healthcare system, our progress in diseases and birth defects are way less than the medical field actually leads on. For 5 years, I have done research after research after research, notes after notes after notes, looking for a cure, looking for a surgery that could fix the damage I have or help the pain I have. Because small things like showering or driving or working out, I can't do those things because I have an 8 out of 10 pain every single day. And when I increase activity, the pain increases. It can go to a 10 within seconds. And so I try my best to still live a normal life, but I think it should be known, and I think we should bring awareness to this, because even though it is rare, kidney stones are not rare. This birth defect is rare, not the kidney stones. And I think awareness should be brought to both, because even though most people can pass a kidney stone, sometimes you get an infection from those kidney stones, or they get stuck, which leads to emergency surgeries, regular surgeries, antibiotics, or even being hospitalized. And I think especially the diet part of kidney stones, I really think the public should be warned that if you eat these foods in excess amount, you are at risk to develop kidney stones. And you guys really don't want that. You don't want to have more than like 1 kidney stone, because even though it's more damaging to have them in the ducts as someone with MSK, it is still damaging to have regular kidney stones as well. It can be jagged, it could be sharp, and it can go through your ureter or your bladder and damage it. So it's still important to bring a lot of awareness to this, and I really hope that a lot of people pay attention, because I know little kids that have passed kidney stones. I know adults. I know Marines who have been in the fetal position, crying, screaming because of a kidney stone. They also compare giving birth to kidney stones. And I think this is really important. I want to continue to bring awareness to this and spread the information more to the public as like a warning. When I was a little kid, I was obsessed with pretzel sticks. Not the pretzels that are all twisted, but the pretzel sticks that like you get in a bag. And in the morning, I would eat 1 or 2 full bowls of pretzels. The sodium and the wheat in the pretzels. I ate so much of the pretzels for years and years and years growing up that the kidney stones started to develop when I was a child. When my urologist met me, I had 20 kidney stones in each kidney. That's not good. It's really bad. And there are plenty of foods, healthy or not, that cause kidney stones. People with MSK need a lot more treatment than what is available. And I'm really disappointed in the medical field, the doctors who are working our healthcare system, doing the research, the urologists and specialists. I don't feel like they're putting in enough effort to find a cure or to find something that helps people manage it. This used to affect my mental state a lot more. I used to cry in high school all the time because constantly I was missing weeks of school and catching up in the nurse's office while still recovering at school. Everybody in my high school knew that I had health issues, and it was not a very private thing. That's partly my fault because I was open about it. But I definitely felt shame because I didn't feel normal, and I still don't to this day. I still really struggle with not feeling like a normal person. I grew up until the age of 15 being able to do anything physical I wanted to do. I walked around my town with friends constantly. I was constantly in the gym doing stuff for cheerleading. I was working out with my team. I was doing competitions. And then suddenly, I wasn't normal anymore. And it was really painful to it was really, really hard and painful to accept that my life was flipped upside down, and the thing I love the most was sports. It was being active. It was doing cartwheels and cartwheels. It was learning to do backflips. It was bonding with my team. That was all taken away from me, and it was something that took 3 or 4 years to accept, that I will never be able to do some of the things I used to do, like running, jumping on a trampoline. And that's why I think we should bring awareness to not only just kidney stones and the risk on getting those, but as well as MSK. And anyone seeing this, I would appreciate a like. I would appreciate a share. I'm not asking you to subscribe. I'm just asking for a like. I'm asking you to share this. I'm asking you to talk about it, because I would really like to get this information to everyone I can. I'd really like to talk more and more about it, because there are signs of having MSK that people don't know about. No one knows what questions to ask. No one knows when you are actually having, when you have MSK, it's not always obvious, and I think people should know what risks there are, what signs there are, and when to see a specialist, because I feel like I found out too late, and I feel like I should have been able to prevent it a little more, at least on the diet side of stones. I make other stones that you can't do anything to prevent, but I do have stones with the diet that you can prevent, and I feel like everyone should know that. I love you all. Again, please like and share this, but I love you all. I'll see you next week. I hope you guys liked today's video, and if you like stuff where I'm more emotional, real and raw about the pain, about the stuff that I go through on a daily basis, comment down below.